Faces of Death is about a content moderator who stumbles upon a series of violent videos that appear to reenact the death scenes from the infamous 1978 film Faces of Death. In an online world where nothing can be trusted, she must determine whether the violence is fake or unfolding in real time. And that's really all I can say without giving any spoilers. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to watch this video. Faces of Death 2026 is directed by Daniel Goldhaber and stars Barbie Ferreira, Dacre Montgomery, and Charli XCX, which has like 3 scenes. When I heard that this movie was being made, I wasn't all that excited about it because I have not seen the original, and I know that movie has a cult following and shit, but I really just don't care about it. There is a large controversy behind the original still to this day because people still think that it is a documentary containing real footage of extreme deaths and animal brutality, when in reality it's a blend of stage scenes, and they have like some autopsy footage, but most of the shit in there is very fake, with really good practical effects and smart and clever editing. It's very different from this movie where we follow Barbie Ferreira, and she is a content moderator, like I said, and she uploads this video not thinking that it's real because, you know, it looked too fake, it was too stylized and shit, and they're like, oh, okay, it's just a short film or whatever, right? So she uploads it, and then she shortly finds out that it was a real execution, and we have Dacre Montgomery, who played Billy in Stranger Things. Dare I say, this role is the better performance. It's really damn good. But we have Dacre Montgomery, who is in charge of recording the videos and brutally murdering these people in the ways that they did in the Faces of Death movies. So, like, we got, like, Firing Squad, the electric chair, and the iconic monkey scene, where I have not seen the original Faces of Death, but I have seen the monkey scene, and I'm sure you have too. It's super iconic, and it was fake as well. So I went to go see this movie last night at the AMC Scream Unseen, and I told my mom before I left that I had a possibility of watching the new Faces of Death, and she told me, oh, be careful. When I watched the original, it stuck with me, and I'm like, mother, I'm strong. But the only thing that scared me in this movie was like 4 waffles popping up out of a toaster. It was a loud sound, and I just did not see it coming. The more I think about that, the more dumb it sounds. Just imagine coming home and saying, oh, did you get scared? And you're like, yeah, by 4 waffles. Like, oh, that was literally me in the theater. Okay, I think it's time to talk about my positives now. So, starting out strong with the performances, Barbie Ferreira and Dacre Montgomery, they're fantastic in this film. I have just recently started watching Euphoria, which I told myself a long time ago I would never watch, but I'm like almost done with season 1 now, and it's incredible. I can't stop watching, and honestly, Barbie Ferreira is a standout for me in that show. I didn't know about her until literally yesterday when I watched Faces of Death, and I started Euphoria yesterday too, so I got 2 things with Barbie Ferreira in it, and why is she not going to be in Euphoria Season 3? First of all, I want to get that out of the way. What happened here? Why is she not in it? Because I'm going to need more of her. But anyways, Faces of Death, very different character from Euphoria, and I think sometimes it can be a little bit overplayed, like she's going too hard. When Dacre Montgomery does that, for example, it works because his character is a psychopath, and he's out there and shit. But, like, Barbie Ferreira is just a ordinary woman, right? She also has this thing that I won't talk about until my negatives because I don't like it. But, yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. It's not the best. And the man, the myth, the legend, the one who a lot of people are going to be talking about, Dacre Montgomery. When I tell you his performance actually got under my skin, it seriously did. He is one of the creepiest characters I've seen in a long time. The way that this movie plays with the meta commentary and how he puts a link on Reddit and it's an IP tracker. People really fucking do that, and he played a nerd that does that very well and very creepily. It was actually frightening, I'm not gonna lie. He put on a very good performance. Honestly, I think it's better than Billy. I also really like the third act. The first and second act, how do I say this, is kind of boring. Up until the third act, I wasn't really vibing with it, you know. I mean, like, it was fine, it was decent. I would watch it, but probably never again. And then we got to the third act. Let me just tell you, when he pulls out the sniper rifle, that's when I locked in. I like the third act a lot, although there's some very, very, very dumb character decisions, specifically with Barbie Ferreira, but I could look past it because I think it ultimately ended with a satisfying conclusion. But yeah, man, those first two acts were, it was rough to get through. I also really liked how the deaths were set up like saw traps. I was not expecting that at all. I was low-key expecting him to do the murders, but no, he had like mannequins with like movements do the murders. Like, he had mannequins holding guns, he had mannequins holding mallets and blades and saws and shit, and it was pretty cool. I also like how it was sort of like a Giallo movie because they focus on the color red a lot. There's a lot of red in this movie, and that's why I thought it was fitting to put on the red light because, yeah, I mean, I usually have the red light on, but I thought today was extra fitting because they focus on red a lot. And now it's unfortunately time to talk about my negatives, which I really don't have many of. Going back to Barbie Ferreira, the really only interesting thing about her character is that she was involved in a traumatic experience with her sister, and like, people around town are recognizing her and they're like, are you that girl from the video? And she has to hide because she doesn't obviously like it. It's very traumatic. That's like the only depth with her character. Everything else is like, go to work, do my job, and go home. Up until she understands what's going on with these videos and she has to hunt down the killer. That's when she starts to actually be a good character, and that's when I enjoyed watching her. But apart from that, she really is just like working a job, right? And it's just, I don't know, like, it's not meaty enough for my liking, you know? And then the other side characters are literally just here to get the plot going. They mean nothing to the story at all. I don't know. Overall, this movie is just pretty mid. It's okay. I would watch it if you're interested, but it's definitely not something to rush to the theater to go see. But thank you so much for clicking on this video and spending a little bit of your time with me. And what did you think of Faces of Death 2026? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. I'll see y'all on my next video.